Welcome to first and second hour science class. Today is Thursday, April the 9th, 2020. Today's weather report for April the 9th. High is 62 and sunny. Low is 41. Humidity is 43%. UV index is low 1. Wind will blow 15 to 25 miles per hour from the east. Sounds like a windy day. The length of day is 13 hours. Wow. Okay, so today's lesson is on the importance of plants. Our questions for discussion. How was coal formed? And what is one use of ferns? 7.8, importance of plants. So where does the electricity come from? We've probably noticed a huge power lines delivering electricity across the country. But just how is electricity generated? There are some alternate sources like wind power and nuclear power, but the majority of electricity in the United States is generated by burning coal. Seedless plants were central in forming the coal deposits that we depend on. Seedless plants have been tremendously useful to humans. Without these plants evolving millions of years ago, life as we know it would be very different. So how did seedless plants become coal? Well, one of the greatest influence seedless plants have had on human society is the formation of coal millions of years ago. When the seedless plants died, became buried deep in the earth, and were exposed to heat and pressure, coal formed. Coal is essentially made of the fossilized carbon from these plants. Now coal is burned to provide energy such as electricity. Back in the day when I was young, my husband and I, we used a wood burning stove the majority of the time. And there was a period of time where we did burn coal. It gets very hot. Sometimes if you dig in the ground, you may come across some chunks of what looks like coal. And I know myself, I've wondered, how did this get here? So one of the things we've learned is that it comes from plants that have fossilized millions of years ago. This is a very short lesson. So in summary, seedless plants were responsible for the formation of coal millions of years ago. Two ways that gardeners utilize seedless plants are peat moss and as a soil amendment, and ferns as ornamental plants. I did forget to talk about ferns. I did want to say that depending on the location, ferns have several different uses worldwide and are found in many gardens as ornaments or used as indoor plants. In tropical regions, the fern is used as a food source by many locals. The fronds can also be used to weave hats and baskets. The fiddleheads of certain species of ferns are used in gourmet food. Some species of ferns, such as the maidenhair fern, are used as medicine. In Southeast Asia, the fern is used in rice fields as a biological fertilizer. Much of the world's fossil fuels consist of remains of ferns and their relatives. So I wanted to read you another resource about the importance of plants and 14 uses of plants. Earth is called a green planet due to the presence of plants on it. Plants are considered to be the first living organism born on the earth. Without plants, the environment and human life on this earth cannot exist. Their contribution to life is as a food source of textile, biofuels, furniture materials, pesticides, environmental support, shelter to animals, support rainfall, and prevent soil erosion. Their presence is inevitable for air, food, and water in this world. Even these plants contribute to our economy. People in many countries rely on products for their livelihood and income. Plants, uses of plants to humans and the importance, benefits of plants to human plants are in the following ways. There are 14 different ways that are listed here. Number one is food. Plants are the main source of food for humans. Plants, unlike humans and animals, manufacture their own food. They do so by the process known as photosynthesis in their green leaves by use of sunlight. They can convert and store the light energy in the form of carbohydrates. This process takes place in the leaves, chlorophyll, by use of carbon dioxide and water. Clothing is another use. Plants are the largest provider of textile and fabric materials. These materials are eco-friendly, compatible, and less expensive. They're used for making cloth and bedding material, which is required by humans. The plant materials like cotton, jute contribute for manufacturing of yarn and other clothing. Plants are also good for furniture and shelter. Plants are an important source of furniture. The plant wood is used to build houses and also to make other furniture items. We use food for the purpose due to its features like durability, stylish finishing, resistance to temperature changes. The tree like teak, neem, red sandal are good sources of wood for making doors, chairs, shelves, and tables. Must be a hardwood. Even the presence of plants around the area of human life relieves stress. Hence, we see many people growing small plants in their household to get fresh air and also to give it naturalness. Flowers are used widely by humans. They're used for beauty, to convey feelings, also for their fragrance. In some countries, they're worn as garlands and even in the hair on the head for beauty. They're also used to produce fragrances. And even their scent is extracted for daily use. Medicine. Plants are an excellent source of medicine, even for life-threatening diseases. For example, drugs like ginseng for vitality and immunity enhancement, digoxin for congestive heart failure from digitalis plants, vincristine for cancer treatments from the Vinca rosea, theophylline for asthma from coffee and tea, ergot for a migraine headache from rye plant due to fungus ergot. Risperidone for blood pressure is obtained from them. So we can even notice that plants are the sole sources of medicine for new life-threatening disorders too. Also, plant medicine is safer due to their lower chances of side effects and also better compatibility for humans. Plants are the largest source of essential vitamins to the body. The body cannot manufacture vitamins on its own for metabolism. Plants are used for rubber and plastic. We obtain rubber required for tires, wiring, seats, and other items from plants. Plants are also a source of insecticides and pesticides. Using artificial pesticides are harmful to the environment. They may even enter food, causing health issues to humans and animals. Using these naturally derived pesticides are safe. They degrade with time and even do not harm the soil. Biofuels. Some plants are also grown for the sake of biofuels. The plant's fuel is less toxic since it does not emit harmful gases and also less expensive. Even the plant waste is used to generate electricity. Economic contribution. Plants are great contributors to an economy. Many countries rely on agriculture as one of the main sources of revenue. Plants are responsible for the production of food, cosmetics, drugs, cloth, honey, gum, tannins, essential oils, perfumes, alkaloids, resins, etc., which are all money yielding. So plants provide a great contribution to economic growth. Even now, many countries' economies are primarily dependent on plant products. The importance of plants in nature. Environment and the climate are interlinked mainly with plants. The presence of plants influences rainfall, humidity, and temperature. Cutting down plants also imbalances the environment, which will indirectly affect human life. So that concludes our lesson for today for first and second hour science. It's a short lesson, really interesting. If you can now watch any of the videos or go along with the assignment, would be a good thing. Remember to watch your videos and then do your assignments. Have a great weekend.